All right, now let's talk about business credit cards. So essentially, business credit cards are a great way to add additional profit into your business. And the math speaks for itself. If you have 100,000 in monthly expenses, which is nothing crazy with high ticket, that's essentially $2,000 in monthly credit card cashback. And the best part about cashback is it is not taxable. So you can take that cashback and deposit into your personal account and not get taxed on it. So realistically, you can make a few $100s to a couple $1,000 depending on how well your business is doing, running expenses through your credit card. And with that money, I would invest it because, it's tax free. So starting out, you might not be approved for these two cards, but this is the ultimate two cards that you want to aim for, okay? Which is completely fine. Out of the two, the Amex is easier to get approved for and will get you, so there's essentially the American Express Business Gold. So out of these three, the American Express card or Amex is the easiest one to get approved for. So in the beginning, if you can't get approved for any of these, especially the American Express card, then I would not try and apply for more cards. I'm not a credit card expert, but I have my experience with credit cards. I got my American Express Gold card at 18 years old, so basically as early as you can get it. And from my experience, this card, right now the annual fee I think is actually $395. So with this card, it's quite expensive, but if you spend a lot, it will always ROI. So it just always depends on your spend. Now, if you want one credit card and just one credit card for all your expenses, I would recommend either this one or this one. And the difference between these two is really just the cash back. So you can earn 2.5%, so extra 0.5% orders or transactions over $5,000. So if you have a high AOV, then this card makes sense. Okay, but if you don't have a very high AOV, I would just get this card. I have all three of these cards. So Capital One Business Spark, unlimited 2% back on everything. So you can put in ad spend, suppliers, product costs, software expenses, everything. You earn 2% back. The only time you want to use the American Express card over these two is really the ad spend. So if you spend a lot on Google ads or Facebook ads, then this card makes a lot of sense. In the beginning, again, if you just want one card that does it all, this is your go-to card. This is the one I recommend, and this is the one I've been using for the past 3 years. So, Have One Business Spark. There's a $500 annual bonus with this affiliate link. If you want to get it, then that helps support me. I get $500, and you can also get $500. And there's also a $150 annual fee, which means that every year it costs $150 to maintain this card. This one costs $395. This one costs $150. But if you spend $150,000 in a year, which is very, very easy with high ticket, then this card becomes free. And I love free cards because you don't have to waste money each year just to keep the card. Just to keep the card. So Have One Business Spark if this is the one card that you want to use for all of your expenses. And then the Chase Ink Premier is if you have high AOV, these numbers make sense. So these are the three credit cards. You don't really need all three, but depending on how much you spend, it makes sense to get at least one of the three. Again, my one card recommendation is the Capital One Business Spark. This is hard to get, so you need to build your credit up in the US. Wait at least a year before you get this card. But in the beginning, you can use something like American Express Blue Business Cash. I'll show you what it looks like. So the Blue Business Cash is a very entry-level American Express card. So if you don't have any business credit, then this is a decent card to get started with because this is free. You get 2% back on purchase over $50,000 per year. So if you spend more than $50,000, then you only get 1% back. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's not maximizing the amount of cash back that you can get. And there's also introduction offers like earn a $250 statement credit if you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months. So these offers always change depending on what American Express has in terms of offers at the time. So those are the three, plus an additional fourth credit card if you have no credit or hard to get access to all these cards. Again, only apply for one. If you are declined, just don't apply for any more. Wait at least a few months before you apply for another card. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. And these are the best business credit cards for high ticket e-com.